Do you often say yes even when your heart screams no? Are you tired of people always expecting things from you? You're always trying to please them and put them above yourself? Do you feel unseen and unheard? Well, I'm going to tell you in this video how you can change that and walk you through why people pleasing keeps you powerless and how exactly you can change that and reclaim your energy and your voice. I was the person who often said yes when I meant no, especially at a workplace out of scarcity. Even though it cost me my mental health and time, I still did it. I believe that being seen as good is way more important than being honest. And I know you do this too. But the more I gave, the more I started losing myself. I was burnt out, constantly tired, didn't know what was wrong with me. I was wondering, I'm so young. Why am I feeling tired always? Well, because I gave all my energy and everything to other people. I put myself last. Then I started working on myself, started researching, asking questions, reading books, learning about boundaries, and I realized it is people pleasing and I have to stop doing that. And I finally learned how to say no. If I didn't feel like or just couldn't do something for someone, I would simply say no with no explanation. And bit by bit, this became a muscle and eventually a source of strength. People pleasing is a pattern, often unconscious, and it is when you prioritize other people's needs, comfort, and approval over your own. What happens when you are in this state for a long time is that you start losing connection with yourself, with your own desires, and even identity. And you start becoming bitter even towards people that you love, that are the closest to you. You're not going to be able to build real, honest relationships. You're only going to build superficial relationships because you're not being transparent. And what you're going to experience is often stress and anxiety. You will even start experiencing self-criticism, which to some extent is alright because we have to be conscious of ourselves in order to grow. But when you start overdoing it, it's not good. In the book that I would really recommend by Hailey Maggie, it's called Stop People Pleasing. She actually explains how saying yes over decades to other people and saying no to yourself, people become strangers to their own needs and boundaries. We have been conditioned to be people pleasers since childhood. We have been rewarded only for compliance and being told that we have to be nice always. There's no space for saying something that doesn't resonate with other people or emotions and feelings of other people when we were children depended on our behavior. Then what happens is that we start worrying about other people or their opinions, whether they will disapprove of us or leave. We actually start fearing emotional discomfort. What goes through our head then are different types of thoughts. Will these people like me? Will they accept me? Will they live my life? Will they maybe try to put me down if I say no? These beliefs are pushing you to say yes, even if it hurts so much from inside. So the first thing that you're going to do is to replace them with a healthy ones. So repeat to yourself every single day. I deserve rest. I am able to choose. And I do accept discomfort in order to protect myself and my own well-being. Look, sometimes you will have to disappoint people in order to stand up for yourself. And I know it's uncomfortable, especially at the beginning. I've been through it, but I felt proud of myself when I did it. I felt much better. So you have to stop living for people's approval and start living for integrity. In a lot of occasions, people will not like you. They will not like your decisions. and your answers. But that is not your problem. You're not here to worry about that. You have to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself first, how can you do something for someone else? Learn to name what you feel and what you need instead of constantly suppressing it in order to impress others. So this is what you can do. Pause and give yourself permission to think about it. So when someone asks you to do something for them, instead of immediately saying yes, try to reply with, for example, let me think about it. Ask them, can I get back to you later? Or just let them know, I will let you know tomorrow. You can use simple, direct no without further explanations. For example, thank you for asking, but I can't do that. Or this just wouldn't work for me. Or, I have other things that I have to prioritize right now. Now, if you would like to help that person, but you cannot give it all, you cannot be there completely, you can offer alternatives. For example, I cannot do this today, but I can do it next week. Or I cannot do the whole thing, but I can do this part of it, a smaller thing. This shows that you're flexible, but you're not going to sacrifice yourself. What is also very important to do is to create personal rules for saying no. These are like boundaries that you have with yourself. And yes, you do need boundaries with yourself. So for example, I will not have any commitments that interrupt my rest. I will not be doing things for other people at this time of the day because I'm going to the gym, I'm resting, I'm learning, whatever it is, I will not break promise that I made to myself. So these type of rules are actually protecting you and they're reducing emotional overwhelm. You can start small, such as declining a casual event or rejecting to lend something to someone. Now, if you're an anxious person, you can start with practicing this in a mirror, saying no, just imagining that someone is asking you something and then just say no. You need to soothe your guilt and self-doubt by always reminding yourself that you are allowed to protect your peace and your well-being. Journal about your feelings and emotions and always reaffirm values. Work on that. Always set up new boundaries where you can tolerate and what you cannot. You see, people pleasing is not only about overgiving. It can also be when you minimize your needs, when you withhold your opinions and pretend that you're okay even when you are not. So catch yourself when you try to shrink and look small in front of other people. During the conversation, ask yourself, am I being honest right now? Am I trying to adjust myself and my opinions in order to avoid discomfort and gain approval from others? What would I say if I wasn't afraid of the outcome? Another thing is to check if you have that approval addiction. If you only feel high when people are praising you and talk good things about you. Because people pleasers always chase validation. They chase a text back, a compliment, a comment that, oh, you're so helpful. So if this is the case, start asking yourself in the moment when you're doing certain things, am I doing this to get validation, to be liked or needed? Would I still do this if I didn't get approval and praise? Basically, what you should be chasing is self-respect. You should applaud yourself, not wanting it from others. My favorite is to allow others to be uncomfortable. For so long, I was afraid that people will feel uncomfortable in my presence. So I always try to make them feel good when they were around me. Then I realized that I cannot control this. You are not here to make other people happy. You're not here to impress others. So stop managing their reactions and their emotions. Repeat to yourself, I can disappoint other people and still be a good person. It's safe to let other people feel the way they feel. Nothing is going to happen. Reconnect with yourself, your needs, and your desires. Think about what brings you joy, peace, inspiration. What is it that you like doing? Instead of constantly thinking about what others think about you and seeking their validation. No, give it to yourself by doing self-care and doing things that you enjoy doing. Finally, release the good person identity. Stop betraying yourself in order to make others feel good. You can be a kind person without abandoning yourself, and your worth, it's not tied to other people's opinion and approval. For me, it took me so long to learn this after so many disappointments. So don't let that be you. Learn on time and protect yourself. And let me tell you something, most people will not appreciate it because they think about their own gain. They will actually try to take as much as possible from you and suck the life out of you. So make sure you don't let that happen. Protect yourself and your own well-being. Put yourself first, take care of your own needs and desires, and then if you can and if you want, you can do things for others. But don't learn the hard way, because I promise you, if you don't set up boundaries, you will end burnout and unhappy. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed and that this helped you. I'm sure it will. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are looking for more life advices, because there will be more. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!